Yo, hey guys, it's Beast, back with some more beastly content. Today I wanted to take a tour of my blueberry farm. Now, we've already went through and started collecting from the grocery rooms. Now, I do need to get more grocery rooms down. This is not anywhere near completed still, but this is fully functional, and I've been using this for a couple days now. This levels up characters so fast with collaboration of commissions, of course. You can get your characters leveled up so fast, and I get so many, and here's a little sneak peek. I get so many blueberry sodas and orange sodas, and that's just from when I logged in earlier. I had some on the stove still. So like I said, there's a lot of grocery rooms going on here. The main thing to know about adding more grocery rooms to your farm is you really need 1,000 seeds per grocery room in order to get, you know, the best output. And maybe you could do less if you just put so many seeds in every single grocery room. I might actually try that. But at the same time, it just seems like if you had 1,000 seeds in every single one of these grocery rooms, you could log into so many blueberry and oranges, guys. It'd be absolutely madlands. I want to show you some other stuff I've been using this factory for, because this is just the factory. This is the One Man Hive factory. We manufacture stuff here, and we're not just manufacturing blueberry sodas and orange sodas. We're also going to be manufacturing all sorts of other items, and the way we're actually going to be able to do that is through what I'm assuming is a feature, because I haven't received a ban and I've done it like a bazillion times. In all of the, like, when I actually read into the terms and stuff, it doesn't actually seem like it's against the terms to use infinite T-points on perma-servers. Because it's perma-server, I think it's kind of like they want you to be able to retire on perma, so they want you to have a way of transferring in everything in your elan to this world, and it's a lot. It actually takes a decent amount of time to do that type of stuff, but regardless, I just want to show you just, you know what, I just logged in today, and I think I was actually using this farm earlier. So like 8 hours earlier, I replanted all the seeds here, and just look at this. We have like 7,000 of the blueberries and oranges right now. Absolute madness. We're going to be able to level up more than one character at a single time. I'm actually thinking about allowing players to get permission to just use that section of the factory if they need a level, and then taking the permissions away. I really am always scared to like grant build permissions to stuff like this, because there's always a fear that there's some troll that's gonna be like, level me up, and then the instant you let them in, they just destroy all your stuff. But eventually I'm not gonna need this. But what this has made is really easy leveling of all of my ults. Like, all of my characters are all at least level, I'm thinking we're working on at least level 20 on all of them. Super duper easy. Most of that's off of commissions, but also this just plows through levels right here. As you can see, 6,000 oranges. So we're gonna make some sodas real quickly, and I'll be back in a second. Righty, and as you can see here, we have actually crafted out every single one of the stoves, and we still have 1.5k oranges and 1.9k blueberries. Now, once again, these sodas can be sold for EL. They are a very easy way of maxing your EL vendor cap, and I think that's how I'm going to do it this season. I do need to work on a lot more storage here too. I think the actual very next thing I actually want to get up is as many saffron plots as I can with 200 seeds or more in them. Just because that will allow me to get as much saffron as I need, because we're going to need a lot of saffron very soon. I'm actually thinking most of my secondary device accounts are going to end up being the farms, the primary farms. Like, this is a blueberry farm, because we need a lot more breeding boosts so that we can get a whole ton more orange seeds and a whole ton more blueberry seeds. I don't want to dwell on this for too long. I will just go ahead and tell you though that we do have the 2 perk disassembly benches, so if you are on YO2 of the perma endless dream scenario servers, you can get those for me. You can also go ahead and get the instant glass furnaces, guys, so that's actually why I'm actually leveling up this character to begin with. I doubt it, so I didn't think I had any other furnace perks hanging out on this guy yet. We actually need to reach level 40 before we're gonna get the next perk set, level 38 right now, so we'll definitely get to level 40 by this. The other thing I really need to do is get a fridge situation going on here, so I can actually place these in fridges, because currently all I've been doing is just dumping them in this chest, and then I hurry on to the other alt and I go ahead and get the sodas crafted up. It's not really a big deal, and I had to actually overflow here. wowza. And it's just, the storage is a nightmare. I need to get the soda storage done. I need to have a place to store a lot of these sodas because it fills my inventory multiple times trying to do this. So I also got my main to level 41. You know, we got 9 characters here, guys. What are we doing? I don't know. And we've also got a character prepped for, yeah. So I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, so this is actually a great character to load up on because it's actually in the spot I actually really need to be. So this is my mains plot. Now I have my mains plot for wish boxes, and I have wish boxes going on up there. We've been doing the materials gathering, and let me tell you something about the blueberry sodas. They're a great feed, and I have so many materials of almost all the materials I need, except for there's like one material for everything that I don't get a single bit of from the blueberry soda. One being metallic fibers. I actually don't know if I get that much cloth in general from those, and I really need to do what is going to be a ingots farm. And here's another crazy thing. While we're here, I guess we're just going to do a little bit of like what's going on with the One Man Hive, guys, because we're still doing the One Man Hive. It's just, I don't know how many people are going to be in this hive anymore. We're going to have to be a multi-hive, like joint collaboration hive situation going on here. Because we're going to have 8 going on my main account, and then we're going to have 8 going on the secondary Steam account, which I have on the secondary device, so it's super easy to run that way. And then here's the other thing, okay? So this, I'm actually going to get a base plot up here so I can have a base right by these. Oh, really? Come on. What terrible timing is that? I don't even know if it's going to let me or if this is an account-based thing. Okay, good. I was hoping that wasn't account locked because I already redeemed that on my other character. But regardless, let me go ahead and show you this nutty zipline here, guys. And I actually, unfortunately, I really want to base at every single one of these ziplines because, well, this one is crazy, and I love this one. And it's way over here by itself, and I could build even more bases down here. I have technically 8 Steam accounts, and I'm really thinking about being the 80-man, one-man hive. I mean, I don't know why, but for some reason on perma, it actually is very doable. Now, I don't think I would attempt this on a normal scenario ever, but on perma, doing a more than single one-man is actually very possible. I've actually seen a couple people comment that they are dual 10-man hives, is what they're calling it. And really, you don't have to be a part of the full hive in order to have a teleport to every single area. You just want your main hive to have a teleport to all those other ones. And then you'd also want to keep log of how many days it's been since you've logged into all those other Steam accounts. So it's really not that much extra. It's just like an extra set of daily logins and a lot more building plats, which the building territories themselves, having that many more places to build, does add a lot more time to sink in. But at the same time, for me, my only real enjoyment in this game anymore is the building. I have not been able to find another game, and I've been tempted to play Fallout again and go do some crazy settlement building stuff. So if we see some Fallout videos in the future, well, I'm sorry, guys, but like I said, this zipline right here, guys, this thing is nuts, okay? This thing literally takes you here, and then you think that's done? No. There's a zipline over there. And I could actually have a base all the way up to the zipline, or even on the zipline, or a couple bases over here, say. So that's why I'm saying 80-man here. A couple bases here, and then I really wanted this zipline to eventually find its way into like a lightly polluted area so badly, because I need somewhere to be able to dump batteries and actually get, you know, start a source out of it. But yeah, this zipline goes on forever, and we're not going to take the entire thing here. I'm actually just going to tell you where the latest stopping point I've gotten to is. So I've gotten past Fisker Harbor. It actually will take you to this island, and there's actually zip lines over here as well. That will take you literally the perfect shot right beside Fisker Harbor. It's such a nice spot, but it's insane. It's literally such a far distance you can go via zip lines, and I could literally connect all of my bases to these zip lines. And if I had 80 plots, I could do a base at every single one of these areas to make hubs for the zip lines and integrate them into the base flow itself. And I don't know, it just sounds absolutely nutty. But I did want to share that with you. But without further ado, let's get back to the blueberry factory. Alrighty, so back here at the blueberry factory, we did get a little bit of a detour there. But we're going to go ahead and get these sodas made up, so I'll see you in just a second. Actually, it looks like I need to unlock them still. 82 and 9K should be good. don't know why they wouldn't be unlocked. Oh, I know what it is. I need glass, don't I? So here's the other good thing. Like I said, we got the instant glass furnaces here, and thankfully I forgot to actually transfer over that glass from that character so I could actually make these, but luckily every 5 stacks I do is actually 990 glass anyway, and it's literally instant. I just run over there and do that, and every time I bring another character into this server, I literally just go to the blueberry factory. I run through all the commissions here. I can do all the commissions. I got the supply bench there. I got the gear bench if I want to go ahead and gear it up. This is kind of like the entrance to the perma server for any of my alts, or I guess characters they're called now. They're not called alts. I need to stop using the word alts because they're now my characters, okay? The characters that all make up my One Man Hive, my Hive members, if you will. They all get leveled up, geared up, and everything here. I want to have the materials for all the gears here as well. I need to go through and do the storage more, but I like having just this is where the alts start, and then from there I decide where to actually put their territory plot, so that I can build whatever madman idea I come up with next, which, yeah, like I said, the next thing is probably going to be a saffron plot. We really need to get as much saffron. Really, we're going to look at the breeding boost materials for that fertilizer, and I'm going to see what seeds I have in bulk of that specific fertilizer's materials, and that's actually just what we're going to do with that. We're just going to get as many breeding boost plots up next. But yeah, overall, I really like this factory. I do want to decorate it a lot more. I will also mention that we did get another decoration pack, guys, because we have an addiction. But let me go ahead and show you which one we did get. So what you can look forward to on the next one. We're finally gonna get to tap into, it should be furniture pack, I do believe. We're finally gonna actually get to tap into the Cloud Rest pack, and I cannot wait to build with this, guys. I am super hyped to build with this. I've already looked at it a little bit, and I placed one of these down and deleted it a couple days ago, but I haven't got to actually build with this bad baby yet. And there's just a couple little things in here that I really like this tree, and then also we got some new wall prints, and I just can't wait to decorate this factory. We're definitely going to be using the Cloud Rest set on this. I didn't really think I could get the decorating done within probably another few days, and I know it's been a few days since I've actually uploaded, so I just kind of wanted to do like an update on what's going on with the One Man Hive, how I am handling my perma servers, and with that, I'm going to show you one final thing. My final thing I want to show you just real quickly. This is why we do the secondary device for the blueberry farm, is that actually any character, whether it's on a different Steam even, that I bring into this, I can load up my second device and I can actually transfer in, or I can actually give all the build permissions, all the facility permissions to one section of the blueberry factory, and maybe even just move all the other blueberries into a fridge. I really need to get a fridge unit going on. We need a mega fridge here, because once we actually get all these blueberry seeds grown up, I just can't wait to see how many blueberry sodas we're going to be able to make, because we'll literally be able to supply probably the whole perma server with what I'm thinking here. Because I'm thinking every single one of these plots is actually going to be filled with grow shrooms, all of them having 1,000 blueberries each. I could leave this bad baby running for days and log in to so many blueberries. But this is H2O Bro. And H2O Bro's job is to give me infinite T points, and as well as I was also trying for 2-perk disassembly bench on him because I actually wasn't having the best luck, and then I actually ended up going through and leveling up, and actually on my Steam characters, my secondary devices characters, I actually did get the 2-perk disassembly bench. So regardless of that, it's really easy to do all the first week's commissions, super easy. I've actually done them all on this character, and look at that, we even have, just for the sake of it, I really know we're not going to get any sort of perks out of it that we actually want, but for the sake of it, the camera one is just so easy we can't resist. There we go. So level 15, let's see what we got as our 3-perk. Boom, furnace. Oh, look at that. And disassembly electronic. It'd be funny if it did actually get it here. No, it didn't. Okay, so I could technically have precision refining, and I could try and just keep this one around and swap over to another character, but I'm really not worried about it. So the instant you're actually done bringing stuff in for E points, what you can actually do is just go ahead and head straight over to a new scenario, and you're allowed to do this on perma servers. You're allowed to leave and come back whenever you want. That's kind of the thing of perma server, I guess. Oh, we don't need that, so we need to do one that's actually open still. So there we go. I'm gonna go and hop in here, and then the instant we actually hop in here, we just hop right back out. I showed it in the previous video, but I was kind of like sketchy about it. It was like, oh, the devs are stupid for this, or they made a mistake, but it actually seems like they meant for us to do this. Because the actual time it takes, I've been doing this for days and days and days. This is why content hasn't been coming out. But I have been getting really far in the perma-server, and I've had a blast, and it's really felt like a retirement sort of situation. I didn't actually think we were, and I remember mentioning that I wanted to retire on perma-server forever ago when perma first came out, that it was just nice to have something like a retirement. But this is the closest thing to like retirement, because I can literally pull in all of my eland mats. But as I was saying, I can pull in all of my eland mats literally from all of the characters that I have on this account, and then also on my secondary device. All I have to do is choose an eland to go sit in, and then I can have my second device go to that eland and then just drop me anything that I want, from deviations to anything. I then can pick it up through my character, and you can actually drop your friend's stuff in eland as well if you didn't know. But I can instantly pick all that stuff up from all Steam accounts even, but also all the characters, all of their elands actually can be shared via the Eternal Lens Storage Depot, which is just going up to any storage container inside of eland, in that character's eland, and clicking the G button, and then putting stuff in that storage. You can actually access that storage on every single one of your characters. So, yeah, this is what I've been doing. This is what's kind of got me so infatuated with perma-server. This is very fun. I gotta say now, once again, the time it actually takes to do this stuff, yeah, there's time spent, but at the same time, being able to get the value out of those materials that you earned, that you thought were just going to sit in eland and be lost forever, and wow, so we are having a bug here. I haven't had this yet, so I guess here's what we're going to do. We're going to see if this will work. Oh no. Oh no. Alrighty guys, so we've actually loaded up to this character, and I swear we're going to get to the end of this video eventually. So, what we're actually going to do, and I think I already got them in here and everything, maybe. We might have to go get it. Oh, and I think that's all on the main too. So, I think I'll have to see you in just a second when I actually go to transfer stuff in. But what I usually do is just directly fall damage die. So, we're going to go ahead and... There we go, and then we're going to go ahead and hit this button right here, and it's actually going to allow us to respawn right in front of the ice camp. This is kind of like the quickest way to do this. You really learn how to do this quickly. Now, my latest thing has actually been to ignore even trying to unlink the materials, but instead bringing in specific materials to make specific items that say I already have a bulk amount of 1/2 of the recipe, but half of the recipe I have like hardly any of, or not enough to, you know, use my own supply of. What we're actually going to be doing here, and hopefully this works out, because I just realized there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them hanging out on the wrong character. What we're actually going to be pulling in, we already have a bunch hanging out on. So, really, once this is loaded in, I don't even have to do anything with this character. It's just my T-Points character. Honestly, there we go. I have my vehicle unlocked. I could go ahead and head on over to that teleport tower, go ahead and select the world, and set it to World 1, and then I drive on back to that way, and that's actually where the Blueberry Factory is. Now, I can't actually see the icons here, but I do have all 3 of the accounts that make up the Blueberry account already added on this character. And look, it actually started me in the right world this time, so might as well get to the Blueberry Factory. But I actually already have all of those characters added as a friend on the game. And all build permissions are set up, so I'm actually allowed to harvest from all of the grow shrooms over here on this T-Point account if I really wanted to chase for, like, if I wanted to craft something that maybe needed a specific thing, and maybe I just wanted to craft a bunch of them, and then, you know, be done with it and just do a production run of something that needed a specific nomadic specialization that happened to be like a level 40 or something. Maybe I could pull from the blueberries once, and commissions kind of handle that. The other good thing is these blueberry sodas all make great wish box ingredients, as well as a good way of maxing my vendor cap. And I do have, I don't even know how many characters at this point on this perma server. So yeah, but that's pretty much the gist of it. What we would have been pulling in actually is metal scraps so that we can make fuses, because it's actually 400, and look at that, we actually need glass too, so we're actually gonna have to, we just need to go ahead and bulk up on some glass, but not on this character because it's just a T-point character, and what it's actually gonna be T-pointing in, I don't even think we need to be that high of a level to actually unlock in. It looks like, well, we will have to place our base. That's what that one's doing there. You actually have to place your base before you can open your nomadic menu. But once you do, you start with 8 nomadics, even on the account. What I actually need, though, is just over here in the electric department. I might actually be over here. Yeah, there we go. So we need the electrical kit unlock, which is just 10 of these and then 1400. That's literally 2. And the easiest way to do this would either be getting the make 20 servings of any food, super duper easily. All we have to do now is head over to the stove, and it looks like we need to unlock the stove recipe as well. So mematics, and then head over here and unlock the very first recipe, 1 point and 0 points, and then we can just, you know, throw some stove alts going on in that one. And usually I just like to throw a little bit in each, that way I can just run back through and collect them all and just instantly complete it right after. But yeah, that's pretty much what this factory is for. I level characters here, I bring a bunch of stuff from Eland, and one final thing I want to show you is just the Eland amount of stuff that we have left to bring in, and why it is that you kind of go down a rabbit hole with this and you get lost here forever and you're just eternally bringing stuff in, but it's alright. And also all the other characters also that I use for T-points, even just some of my other characters, happen to hold like a lot of my specific items. But here we go. So we have a ton of acid. We're going to bring all of that in. I want to bring all my Eland stuff in. That's super easy to get in at least. When I actually need to like craft something, like I think I'm gonna bring some in for a whim crafting session soon, because soon my whim deviation should actually unlock. But as you can see here, I have a ton of ore. I can just bring all this in on a character and then instantly smelt it, load back in, instantly smelt it. And literally with this one, here's the other interesting thing about this: any item that you leave in your factory base in the supplies benches on this T-points character will actually remain there even if you leave the server and come back. So you can actually just instantly craft all the stuff, leave the server, come back, and it'll all still be in the supplies bench or the stove or the furnace. The only thing is it's a little bit glitchy because sometimes first time you open the supplies bench you won't see it, and then you'll go to craft stuff and it will show up and then it will instantly complete the other items, but they won't actually instantly complete. It's bugged out and eventually it fixes itself. So use at your own discretion when it comes to that. Might just want to get yourself some good furnaces, but I literally am going to smelt all of this ore. I don't see any reason not to. I have a ton of it, and I think I've already transferred a whole metric ton of that ore over to another character. Now as for this glass, it's just too easy to get glass. Maybe if I had a bulk amount of gravel, I could literally instantly be smelting gravel, but I think I've already done all the gravel I can. As for the fuses themselves, I could technically unlink these via generators. Might be something I invest in to get into the future with, but the only thing is I think they're so high on T-point value that you really can't transfer that many in at a time, and the time spent doing that might vastly outweigh the metal scrap situation. So as you can see here, I have a few on this character. I'm thinking I was actually doing metal scraps on another T-point character, because I have like 2 or 3 T-point characters, because sometimes you transfer stuff in, you don't use all of it, and you don't really want to send it back to Eland yet. Because the other thing is, every single time you transfer out and you pulled stuff in and you didn't use it, it'll actually end up here in this transit storage. So another thing to keep a note on. But I think that's pretty much about all I need to let you know. I know I've already hung out here too long. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. This is what the One Man Hive has been up to. And here are my tips for the perma version now, with the whole being able to sign out and sign back in over and over for infinite T-points. Use it. They're not banning for it. I don't really see why they would. It's a decent amount of time invested. Also, it is all earned mats. It's not like you're cheating or typing in some code and boop, you have 999 of materials. You're transferring stuff in that you had in Eland, and also some people have probably even sold up most of the stuff in their Eland. So yeah, it's just kind of a nice thing for us veterans. We're only going to be able to do this once really, because eventually we're going to eat through every bit of material we have in Eland, and then we'll have to go play the game anyway. But while we're doing this, we're having an absolute blast, and this is also honestly going to take up a lot of people's time just transferring stuff in. I don't know why it's so satisfying. I'm sure other players have found it satisfying. But with that being said, I am out. See yas. Keep it beast mode.